Astral Chain is a new Nintendo Switch exclusive game, developed by Platinum Games, who has also made games like Bayonetta, Star Fox Zero, and Nier Automata. So it's not surprising that in addition to the inspiration from Ghost in the Shell and the Appleseed anime, you can also recognize the handwriting of Takehisa Tora and Hideki Kamiya. However, you can't compare Astral Chain to any mentioned games or any other game, because Platinum Game has created something new, a decent action-adventure composed where you can find almost anything, from taming legions to finding and feeding cats. It's something new that I've never seen before, at least at the moment. I can't remember any such game. Astral Chain is set in the future, 2078, where the remnants of the human population will live together in a megacity called the Ark. Humanity is constantly being attacked by creatures from another dimension. They are called Chimeras. They are also destroying the city, kidnapping humans, and they bring them to the Astral Plane. They also spread some weird red stuff that corrupts humans and other living beings. To combat Chimeras, a police task force, Neuron, has been created, where they will use captured Chimeras called legions, who are linked to officers via Astral Chain. Project Dr. Brendan Moreno discovers that the twins, adopted by the Neuron captain, Maximilian Howard, has significantly better results than the other candidates, and she transfers the twins to the Neuron task force. The player chooses which of the twins they want to play, and after a quick introduction, it turns out that the twins are actually very special because of their connection to the Legion, stronger and more natural than anyone has ever seen before, and so saving humanity can begin. As I mentioned above, this game has all sorts of activities. Before any big action must happen, you have to do detective work as a police officer and help citizens. The game is divided into different chapters and parts. At the beginning of each chapter, you start at the unit headquarters, where you can organize, upgrade, train, go to the bathroom and talk to a toilet fairy, clean your legions and change colors, teach legions, feed cats, and talk to members of the unit and help them. Once you've done everything you want to do in the headquarters, you can head to the city for the next mission, where you can start interviewing people to gather evidence for your current investigation. Sometimes people do not want to talk to you, so you can use the Legion to listen to their conversations. Also, you need to clean the streets from that red stuff, cure infected people, pick up garbage from the street, because people constantly throw empty cans on the street, find cats and take them to Max's shelter, and also solve citizens' problems. You cannot complain about the lack of fantasy from the game developer here, because you can find lots of different activities to do. Sometimes you need to tail and, if necessary, catch criminals, help measure distances, repair robots and drones, play with children, give the gang members or some crazy superstar fan a good beating, search for missing dogs, children, and adults, or some things. Carry boxes from one place to another, clear the road from car wrecks, and solve puzzles. And still, that's not all. At a time when humanity is on the verge of extinction, people live their daily life peacefully without worrying about tomorrow. Although, you and your Legion can be used much more efficiently. Unfortunately, only you can help. If someone dropped an ice cream, can't find a fast food restaurant, or if you need to arrest some graffiti artists. If you finally have a little bit of time left after that, you can go and solve puzzles on the Astral Plane. Try not to fall over the edge, and beat, shoot, or slash some Chimeras. And when you are done, you go back to headquarters and start all over again. You will eventually capture 5 different legions, each with different special skills that you will need to use in the game. Towards the end of the game, there are situations where you have to use all of them in turn, within a few minutes to get through another puzzle or battle. In battle, you can use different tactics, skills, and combos. Depending on the opponents and the situation, you may need to use the skills of different legions to defeat them. I did not pay much attention to the different combos. The default difficulty level is pretty easy, and I only died twice. And both times it happened outside of combat zone because I was an idiot and did not pay attention to my health bar and fell over the edge. But if for some reason it's too hard for you, you can always lower the difficulty where you can focus on the story and the game take care of its battles. However, if the opposite is the case and everything is too easy, you can increase the difficulty level. And if it seems still too easy, then after you finish chapters, you will unlock the next difficulty level, which will give you better stuff that you can use to train your legions or improve your equipment. In addition to using legions, you also have 3 weapons that you can use to beat, shoot, or slash your enemies. So in addition to legions, it's worth upgrading your weapons too. You can also use drones, grenades, energy drinks, HP drinks, and other potions that will improve your skills. I did not spend money on them. I found enough of that stuff on my journey and quite often forgot to use them. Most of the time, I used this stuff only when I was fighting with bosses, so I usually had enough of that stuff. That's why I used vendors to sell my trash and kept the money for upgrades. Although I can be quite satisfied with the game in general, there were of course small things here and there that bothered me. For example, in some situations the movement seemed a little bit clumsy, but I'm not sure that was the game's fault, the Nintendo Switch controller, or my inability to handle Nintendo Switch controller. I guess I should buy a Pro controller. And this is where my 2 deaths happened. When I was riding up with a dog legion, I accidentally rushed over the edge again and again. Eventually, I just gave up riding with a dog legion. However, this was not the only thing which bothered me. For example, I hated all these rude people who lived in this city. Every time I needed to carry boxes or ice cream with 10 ice cream balls, immediately some rude people appeared from somewhere who started running to me until I dropped everything. There's plenty of space, and no one ever runs at any other time, except when criminals are fleeing from me. But like, as soon as I carry boxes or ice cream, some sick people appear and start running towards me. Like it was already not pretty difficult to keep boxes straight. You see, Astral Chain are using Joy-Con motion control here, and to keep your boxes straight, you need to tilt your controllers from side to side. This was pretty annoying in the whole game. And as well for the ice cream, I ended up only having 1 ball left. A complete waste of money. But well, the main thing was, that kid was still happy. There's also a co-op mode, where one player controls the main character and the other controls a legion. This makes the game quite even easier to play, because you no longer have to control 2 characters at the same time. Quite a nice option, I should say. However, if you decide to play co-op, I recommend playing the game like this from the beginning to the end. Otherwise, the other player may miss some important stuff and some confusion may easily happen. Overall, I am satisfied with Astral Chain. It's a decent action-adventure compa with a good story for Cyberpunk fans. Because I missed some blue and red tasks at the start of the game, I repeated some parts of the game again, and it took me 30 hours to finish the game. But you can probably finish it in 20 hours. However, if anyone asks me what game I would compare to Astral Chain, or to whom I would recommend it, then it would be difficult for me to answer that, because Platinum Games has done something new and different here, and it's really difficult to compare it with any other game. But I believe that anyone who loves games created by Platinum Games would love Astral Chain too, and if you don't, well, it's still worth a try. It's a must-buy game. Thank you for watching.